children, myself Manisha Petkar and I am your science teacher. Today in this class we are going to discuss the biology chapter number 1, that is nutrition in plants. This chapter is very essential for the human beings. Study of nutrition in plants plays a very important role in the life of human beings. So plants, you see so many plants at your home. You see so many plants in your school garden, isn't it? So why these plants are very important? Why these plants are important in the life of human beings? Yes, these plants prepare their own food. They prepare their own food and they feed other organisms, including human beings. So we human beings eat them and we live in them. So plants provide us food, which is very essential factor for the human beings, for the survival of human beings. More importantly, plants give us positive energy. They lift up our spirit and improves the state of mind. That is why plants play a very important role, essential role in the mankind. So today in this class, we are going to learn what is nutrition in plants. What are the modes of nutrition? So as I said, plants prepare their own food and animals, including human beings, are dependent on the plants for the food. So food is the basic requirement, essential factor of living beings, of animals. So this food we get from plants. We get food from the plants and these plants provide us a lot of energy. So what is nutrition? You have already studied in your lower classes. Nutrition is nothing but what? The food and the feeding of organisms. It is a path or it is a way through which the food is taken by the human beings and the utilization is done. That is, you take food daily, isn't it? So this food is utilized by your body and it gets converted into energy. So food is the basic requirement. Without food we cannot survive. So without plants we cannot survive. So if you can see here, I have two plants in one pot. One is the marigold flower plant and the other one is tulsi plant, isn't it? So how do these plants prepare their own food? Have you ever thought about this? Yes. So these plants take the raw materials which is present in the surroundings. They take minerals and water from the soil and prepare their own food. So you can see there are so many parts in the plant, isn't it? So there is a root, there are stem, there are branches and there are leaves. So which part of the plant prepares its own food? Where is the food factory located in the plant? Yes, so your answer is these green leaves. These green leaves, they prepare their own food. So how do these green leaves prepare their own food? These green leaves are called as what? The kitchen of the plants. They photosynthesize. Yes, so photosynthesis is the food making process in the plants. These plants take the minerals and the water and the raw materials present in the soil. So how do these raw materials reach the leaves? It has to reach up to the leaves, isn't it? So there is a path or there is a way, a pipe-like structure. The raw materials, the minerals or the water which is present in the soil passes through the roots, then to the stem, then to the branches and finally to the leaves. So this is the way the leaves get all its requirement to prepare the food. So is it enough to prepare the food? No. The carbon dioxide which is exhaled by the human beings, this carbon dioxide is taken by the plants which is present in the air. So this carbon dioxide and water, they combine together and they help leaves to prepare its own food. So what is the process of photosynthesis? Yes, so photosynthesis is nothing but a food making process. They photosynthesize means the name itself resembles combine. So these leaves prepare their own food with the help of carbon dioxide, with the help of water and the raw materials which is present inside the soil. During this process, the leaves, they are green in color. So these leaves, suppose I pluck one of the leaf, it is not so visible for you, but these green leaves, they contain some small tiny pores. So these tiny pores are surrounded by the guard cells and they are called as what? Stomata. It contains a pigment called chlorophyll which gives the leaf green color. This chlorophyll pigment is very essential for the preparation of food. That is the essential requirement of the leaf to prepare its own food. So these stomata helps to capture the sun's energy. These tiny pores capture this light energy of the sun or the solar energy and store as a food in the plants. So this is the process of photosynthesis where the leaves take carbon dioxide, water, chlorophyll and the sun's energy along with the raw materials which are present inside the soil to prepare its own food. So the solar energy or the sun's energy is the ultimate source of energy. So can you imagine life without photosynthesis? No. Life without photosynthesis means no life on earth, no survival of human beings, isn't it? So these plants are very, very important for the survival of human beings. No food means no survival of human being, isn't it? So photosynthesis is the most important process. So next we will see what are the modes of nutrition. That is, one is the autotrophic mode of nutrition and the other one is heterotrophic mode of nutrition. So as I said, plants prepare their own food. The leaves are the food factories of the plants. So they are called as autotrophs because they are not dependent on other organisms. So auto means self and trophs means nutrition, isn't it? And what is heterotrophic? The organisms, animals, take ready-made food from the plants. So they are dependent on the plants and they are called as what? Heterotrophs. So the mode of nutrition in which the organisms take ready-made food, they are called as what? Heterotrophs or heterotrophic mode of nutrition. So now you may have a query that there are some leaves who are not green in color. There are some leaves which are brown in color, which are some dark red in color, which are some violet in color. So do they prepare their own food? Yes, they too prepare their own food. You have already done this activity in your 6th standard, 6th class, that is iodine test. So this we can perform activity once you come to the school, okay? So we can have a rough idea that how these pigments contain a green mask under the surface of red pigment or brown pigment or violet pigment. So because of the green color or because of the presence of chlorophyll, they also can prepare their own food. So how these nutrients are important? All the plants have different nutrients. They have carbohydrates, fats, proteins, lipids, different minerals present. But they all follow the same process, that is photosynthesis. So these nutrients has to reach to the leaves with the help of the path, with the help of the mode, through the roots, through the stem, through the branches and finally to the leaves. Okay, so these plants, they provide us positive energy, they give us food, and the sun's energy is the only energy because of which the process is done. Now you also may have observed some tiny patches in the ponds, some tiny green patches in the ponds or in the stagnant dirty water bodies. So what are these called as, or how the growth of these organisms takes place? They are called as what? Algae. This growth takes because of the organism called algae. In Kannada, you called it as pachi. So these you might have also observed. If you keep your leg on it, then you may slip down, isn't it? So this algae algae, they are green in color. Why they are green in color? Because of the chlorophyll pigment which is present inside them. Isn't it? So they also follow the process of photosynthesis. They also follow the process. They also carry the photosynthesis process. They also prepare their own food. So what are the things you have studied today? That is, what is nutrition? What are the modes of nutrition? Then how the nutrients reach to the plants? How the nutrients reach to the leaves of the plants? What is the photosynthesis process? That is nothing but the food making process. Isn't it? So all this you have to go through it once. And your home assignment is you have to observe the plants which are surrounding you, which are around you. These plants, how do they grow? How do they capture the sunlight? What happens if we do not put water to the plants? What happens if the plant does not get proper fertilizer? So this all you have to observe. And you have to write down your observation. Okay, students? So are you clear about it? Thank you.